Good morning, y'all. It is the morning of day 3. It is about 6:54 a.m. I've been up for about like 30 minutes. It took me a minute to get the courage to get out of my tent. It's super dark, even with my headlamp on. But so I survived the thunderstorm last night. It was a long night. I haven't slept much. I'm definitely gonna have to break out my earplugs tonight because I have an MP3 player and I tried to listen to it through the night just to kind of get me through, and apparently the battery life on it is not the most spectacular. So I'm sitting here now. I found an outlet, so I'm sitting here charging my MP3 player and my battery box because once I leave out this morning, I won't have access to any kind of power until I get to Neil Gap. So this will be the last time I see any kind of civilization for I'd say probably 4 days. I'd like to be in Neil's Gap by Monday. We'll see. This is Friday morning. So I just picked up my food bag. I'm going to make myself some coffee and some oatmeal and try to assess the tent situation. I got a little bit wet last night, and it's not the tent's fault. It's definitely an operator error. I guided out the best that I could, but I think I have some work to do there. But that's okay. I'm going to learn all kinds of lessons in this, and these are things I've never done before. So the only thing you can do is try and find out what doesn't work and just keep trying. So no problem. I'll get it figured out. I survived. I was dry for the most part. My gear is dry other than my tent. I kind of situated everything before I went to bed just in case. And that kind of worked out. So my dry clothes are dry. Everything's okay. Everything is just fine. Nothing critical, so at all. I heard some crazy noises during the night, but I think my imagination was probably getting the best of me. But I'm heading north, and I'm in good spirits. I feel pretty good, short of the lack of sleep, and I'm starving, so this oatmeal is going to taste like a dream. Little side fact, this was kind of cool. I did my regular prayers to the big guy last night before I went to sleep, but I also, sometimes, especially when I get lonely or I get myself in a super scary spot, I will say a little prayer to my daddy too. And I talked to him last night before I went to sleep, and I just asked him to please keep me safe in that storm, because literally the lightning and thunder was the scariest thing I've ever slept outside in. I mean, how many times have I slept outside? Like 5. So it was it was a challenge, to say the least. And so anyway, I asked him to keep me safe, and I asked him to just be with me, and I told him, hey, if you can send me a little sign, anything, my eyes are open, I'm paying attention, just let me know you're with me. That would be great. And I woke up this morning, y'all, to a text on my phone from a number that I didn't have saved in my phone, and I guess it was because where I had switched over to this different iPhone, a little while ago, potentially maybe didn't have all my numbers there, but anyway, it was probably like the coolest thing that anybody could have woken up to, and it was an old friend. I use the word old loosely, Steve, if you're listening to this, but an old friend of the family, and definitely a friend of my dad's, somebody that my dad held very dear, and he sent me a text message this morning just telling me that he was proud of me, and that I was going to be okay, and that just to be strong and be courageous, and that he was a little jealous that he wasn't with me. And y'all, if that's not a sign from my dad, I don't know what is. So pay attention. The universe will definitely show you the signs that you need to see right when you need to see them. And my friend Wes Murphy tells me the trail will provide when you least expect it. So it's going to be a good day. So head up, heart strong. We're heading north, guys. I'll talk to y'all later on. Perch trail. Let me tell you something about the perch trail. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get a shuttle to Springer Mountain and because this is an ass kicker. Look at I know you can't tell from right here, but it's straight up and down. And the views are really pretty off to the left though, so got to see like the first real view of where the Blue Ridge Mountains just kind of run along the side there up the west, I guess. And but you definitely gotta pay attention. So, and it's straight uphill. We are plugging along now. Gonna keep going and just hope for the best. So, check in with y'all from the falls. Okay, so we made it to the top of the falls. I'm about to walk over here and show you guys Amicalola Falls from the other direction. So I saw it from the bottom yesterday, so I'm gonna look down. Alright y'all, this is the top of Amicalola Falls. So back here, this is Amicalola. And if you, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but all the way at the bottom is the reflection pool where I was sitting yesterday and took the pictures looking up. So we made it to the top of the falls. Keep pushing north. It's rough, but and like I'm not even gonna lie, we're only a mile in, but it'll be okay. Happy trails. Hi y'all. Guess where I am? It's the top of Springer Mountain. So I'm gonna show y'all the very first white blaze. I took some still pictures after I dropped my pack, and this is right behind me. You'll see this is the sign, and this lady right here is doing the trail register. So I went ahead and signed in, got a couple still pictures of that, and then right behind me here you will see the first white blaze. So this is the southern terminus and the beginning of the Appalachian Trail. Look at these views. Completely in awe of this. Love y'all. Show y'all a little bit of Georgia. We are about a mile from Stover Creek Shelter. That's where we are going to set up camp for the night. Stover Creek is 2.8 miles from the top of Springer, so looking at a pretty decent day. Pretty excited. I'm damn sure proud. It's a gorgeous day. Oh, I don't know how you can be humbled and proud all at the same time, but that's kind of how I feel. I'll check in with y'all later.
Stop by tomorrow and I'll give you something. In the morning.
Breakfast.
There you go. Send them off.
And hot tamales. Hot tamales too. Yum.
You're ratting him out right now.
I know. I know.
It's all right. I need to lose weight out of my pack somehow. You taking a video?
Hi y'all. End of day 3. I'm exhausted. It has been one hell of a day, and not in a bad way. Finally, so we We left this morning from the visitors center, the approach trail to Amicalola Falls. We summited Springer Mountain and got to see the first white blaze, and just, God, what an emotional moment for me. It was absolutely fantastic. So I have officially earned the trail name HT, or Happy Tears. So for obvious reasons, I suppose y'all back home can definitely tell by now. But things are good. So we went 2.8 miles past Springer Mountain to Stover Creek Shelter, and that's where we're staying tonight. So I have my tent set up for the night, and there's several other tents. I'd say probably a good 10, 11 tents set up, and then the shelter is now full. So definitely hiking in a bubble for sure, and that's okay. I welcome as introverted as I am, I welcome the other people on the trail. It gives me a sense of I don't know that I would say camaraderie yet, but I mean safety, if nothing else. And it's just nice to know there are other people around. And shockingly enough, like, I've had people asking me for advice. Like, I got to help someone with a water filter issue. I got to help a lady put the batteries in her new Black Diamond headlamp. Like, things that I have spent so much time preparing for are paying off, and that's a really good feeling. It's a confidence booster in some of the low moments. So 11 miles today from the bottom of the approach trail to here. So I got my belly full, and I'm gonna go to bed and try to get up reasonably early and see what we can do tomorrow. I'd like to make it to Gooch tomorrow. That's Gooch Shelter. It's about 13 miles from here, so we'll see kind of how that works. I'm hiking with someone, so at least until Neil Gap, because of a fuel issue that she had. So she took an international flight, thought she was going to be able to get fuel at the visitor center and couldn't. So I'm sharing my fuel with her until we get to Neil's. So I'm really trying to calculate out how much fuel I'm using, how much fuel she's using, and then space it out so that we each can cook a reasonable amount of time, maximize peanut butter the other time, and get us both to Neil's safely with some hot food in our belly. So I'm shooting for Neil Gap on Monday. Doubt if I'll be able to upload anything until then. The service has been sketchy. I have been able to get some messages out to John, so I hope you updated y'all that are following. And God, I love y'all. I can feel your love and your support and your prayers with me. I really can. And it's an amazing thing to have so many people rallying behind me on this crazy thing. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna see what I can make out of this. It's a far cry from where I was at 3 days ago, and that's a fantastic feeling. So y'all are amazing. Thank you so much, and it's been a hell of a trip. And I can't wait to see what things hold on down the trail. So pushing north tomorrow. See you guys. Good night.